What up? What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. NBA Talk with Jay. Y'all know how we got to start the show off, man. We powered by WagerTalk. It's $2 Tuesday over there. Go check them out. Steve Merrill's the $2 handicapper. My guy's hot over there. He got a big 5% college basketball play up. So if you like to get to play for $2, head over there to WagerTalk and check them out, man. Also, we got Teddy Covers over there as well, man. What's up with you, Teddy? Everything cool with you?
I got to be honest, Jay. I like it better when you sing the theme.
No, I'm with you on that, man. Either way, we got to bring the vibes in here, man, with the NBA on NBC theme song. Whether I do it, the old school vibes or whatever, man, we always trying to cash Teddy. It's always straight to business. Real quick, let them know where you from, Teddy. Let them know, you know what I'm saying, the people that don't know you, how about Wager Talk, Sports Memo, all that good stuff.
Sure. You can find me at WagerTalk and or Sports Memo. If you don't know me, I'm Ted Savransky. Teddy Covers is the nickname, at Teddy_Covers on Twitter. Give me a follow on Twitter. I'm at like 49.8 followers. I'm just shy of 50, and it's like, let's get there already. So I appreciate that very much. So my NBA the last week, Jay, I mean, it's ice cold. Nothing good. So we'll see if we can flip things around today. Although a couple of games I got opinions on, but it's not one of these days where I've got to like up and down the board. Boom, pepper. Yeah, this is a good bet. That's a good bet. Unfortunately, my NBA is I'm not seeing as many good bets as I should, perhaps, at this stage of the season.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that, man. We're gonna try to get some cash today, though, Teddy. We finna cash on this show today, man. So it's all positive vibes, all positive energy, and let's go, man. First game up, Teddy. We got this stink bowl, Pelicans versus Pistons. Nothing strong for me here. We know that the Pistons, they coming off a big win versus the Cavs. Do they have a letdown? Can they back up success with success in this one, Teddy?
So it's a really hard game for me. I'll put it this way: the Pelicans have lost, when they lose, 21 of their last 26 losses have come by 8 points or more. They're not hanging tough in these difficult spots. And they did go to Cleveland yesterday and lose by only 3 to snag. It was 21-4 where they lost by 8 or more. And now it's 21-5 where they've lost by 8 or more. So the Pelicans, it's really hard to bet on that team unless you expect them to win the ball game, which in this point spread range you probably do. All that being said, you talked about Detroit off a win, and there's bad point spread teams and there's really bad point spread teams. 2-10 straight up off a win this year, 3-9 against the spread. Only 1 point spread cover at home coming off a win. So, I feel like Detroit. Look, Detroit plays hard. They play defense. They do a lot of the things we like for bad teams, but laying points with them, not with that track record. Easy bet.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. There's no way I'm betting this game. It's obviously counting errors on both sides. The Pistons, they playing well. They just beat the Cavs. Pelicans, they just took care of me yesterday, man. Garland sat out. Pelicans kept their game close. They're 1-4 against the spread last 5 games, playing on the back-to-back. So that's not necessarily the role. And then the Pistons, like you say, do I want to back them coming off a win? No, I don't. 3-8 against the spread. 2-9 straight up this year. 2-10, whichever one. It's not good. I wouldn't suggest betting on either side in this game. Could see either happen, man. Let's go over here to the streets of Milwaukee, my guys. We got the Wizards versus the Bucks, man. Oh boy, you see the quotes coming out about Spencer Dinwiddie, the team maybe not liking him, whatever, that he may get traded. It's not he's a shell of himself. So that was pretty interesting, me reading that. But his Bucks are none for me here. Obviously, I do think there are some dollars that's going to come through today. This is one, the Wizards, I'm staying far away from them. They had a perfect spot versus the Grizzlies, just didn't come to compete there. Obviously, the Grizzlies played way harder than them, but the Bucks coming off a 36-point home loss. The Bucks always worry about their motivation, to be honest with you, but this is a revenge spot. They lost to the Wizards early this year. I feel like if the Bucks want to come in here and win by 20, 25 points, they definitely could, Teddy. The Bucks the only way that I could look in this one.
I'm with you. I'm not putting my money on the Washington Wizards right now.
Right. Simple.
And if they're 0-5 straight up, 0-5 against the spread since that MLK Day win over the 76ers, where all of a sudden everyone was healthy. Mm-hmm. And now it's a battle for playing time on a team that has 13 guys that want playing time. Since that, 0-5 straight up, 0-5 against the spread. multiple blowout losses during that span. And Milwaukee in an obvious pay attention spot off the 36-point loss. Here's the only issue, though, and this maybe is the biggest issue for me, is that there are clear team chemistry problems in Washington right now. Okay, clearly. All right, you see it on the floor, you read it in the quotes. But Bradley Beal's sitting today. And I think Bradley Beal is at least part of the problem. And that may help. In a one-game scenario, this may be good for Washington, not bad for Washington. Hence, why Milwaukee's likely to be in the lean category as opposed to the play. Do lean Bucks. I can only play Milwaukee here. But I don't know that I get there.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And this team has actually been good this year without Bradley Beal. So that also said something I don't like about the Wizards. They're taking Gafford out of the lineup, whether he had a few bad games or not. He's still their best center, man. You got Thomas Bryant in there. It's getting absolutely abused. I don't understand that. I mean, I understand maybe they're about to trade Gafford, probably Beal as well. We know that if they're not winning over there, he's going to want out. He's tired of the money. He wants to start winning. Now, these guys don't want to lose forever, man. So after winning, you know what I'm saying, all of their life, younger in their young careers. So, it's tough. This is a tough game. It's Bucks or nothing for me. I'm not looking to back the Wizards, but I do understand what you're saying, Teddy. I see scenarios where the Wizards could keep this game close, but they got to come to play motivationally wise, and I don't see that from right now. But from the Bucks as well, they don't really cover these double digit. They don't cover these double digit spots at the house. So I'm not trusting the Bucks either. But in theory, it is a bounce back game. It is a revenge spot. I'm not betting that game, guys. I'm sorry. Let's go over here to the streets of Toronto here, Teddy. Man, we got a revenge spot here, and I'm looking deeper into this game. It's heat or nothing for me here. I know that the Raptors have a little mild rest advantage. Both teams are still coming in here third game in 4 nights, where the Heat, even though I hate that it's 4th game in 5th nights, Teddy, for the Heat. That's what I hate here, but they almost didn't play a game last night. I was all over the Celtics. Everybody on my channel, we rolled with it. -3, -4, -6. We smacked them up. They smacked them by 30. It was pretty much never a game. I think the Heat I said it yesterday. We're going to take the Heat. We're going to take the Celtics yesterday. We're going to take the Raptors, and then it's going to flip tomorrow. It's heat or nothing for me here. I do think that Jimmy Butler and Tucker will suit up for this one. I'm watching the quotes last night. I'm watching the interviews. Eric Spoelstra said, no, nobody's going back to Miami. We got a job to do. This is a hard-nosed type of team. They just lost in triple overtime to this same Raptors team. The last time the Raptors come off a little mini road trip, come back to the house where they don't have any fans, it was very hard for them to bring energy out there. I can see the exact same thing happening here, Teddy. And another thing, the Heat, they got hot in that bubble with no fans. I can see Duncan Robinson and Hero going bunkers from 3 tonight. The Heat plus a 2.5. I still kind of like it, even though 4th and 5 nights, Teddy.
Yeah, I mean, the 4th and 5 nights really concerns me. I don't know yet, and we don't know yet if Jimmy Butler's going to suit up for Miami. I know that I don't necessarily love the Heat without Butler in the lineup tonight if he doesn't play. And there are a bunch of other guys that are questionable for this. They could get Kyle Lowry back, which would be fun to see him in Toronto. I'm not convinced that's going to be the case this evening, but I did see something that said they could get him back tonight. That being said, I mean, look, we saw an instant classic between these two teams in Miami just this past weekend. Triple overtime thriller where, both teams showed a lot of refuse to lose. Of course, the Heat had that game won, except for that Spoelstra call it timeout. Oops. Darn it. Shouldn't have called that. That being said, I like Miami, but I also like Toronto. And when we look at undervalued commodities in the NBA right now, the Raptors could be, may well be on that list. They're as healthy as they've been all year, for sure. When it comes to who gets a stop with the game on the line, Toronto's doing that consistently. We saw it in the game against Miami. We saw it in the next game against Atlanta. So from a defensive standpoint, I do like this Raptors team a lot right now. Total sitting at 210.5. That looks a little bit high for this better. I wouldn't be surprised if this one stays under the total. Two teams whose defense is getting the job done.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on this. Happy birthday, Steph, man, to my guy in the chat. Say it's his birthday today, man. Let's get some cash. I like the Heat in this spot. That's the only way that I can look. I kind of called it yesterday. Everything went how I thought that it would. And also, I mean, I was on the Raptors yesterday. maybe it would. I mean, they gave you down 9 to the Hawks without Trae Young out there. You dig what I'm saying? So, and I'm looking at also. This is something I'm going to start doing, man. I just like listening to all type of shows. I'm starting to. I've always done this, read the quotes, but really listening to these guys, the post game presser, and we hear Nurse say that he noticed a couple of his guys being a little bit tired yesterday, so he tried to get them out there early. This is a back-to-back. They have a longer flight to Toronto than the Heat do from Boston over there. So I mean, it's not much difference, but it's still a longer flight. The last game as well, they came in a much more rested team when they faced the Heat. Heat were on a back-to-back in their game as well. I really think they just laid down last night, really start to get ready for this game. I think they get their revenge here in this one, guys. So I hadn't hopped on yet, but heavy lean to Heat plus a 2.5 and the money line. I think they win this game, guys. And obviously the odds will shift. This will probably go to a pick if, and I think when Jimmy Butler and PJ Tucker are announced in, guys. So the Heat, only way I can look in this one, it's bad that it's 4th and 5, but it's still 3rd and 4 for the Raptors as well. And in this same spot, they came home and lost in an energy-less environment, guys. So we'll see what happens in this one. Heat, only way I can look. Tell you, let's go over here to the streets of Chicago, man. We got the Bulls versus the Magic. You have a little revenge spot for the Bulls here. They just lost to the Magic not too long ago. But the Bulls are 2-1 against the spread versus. I mean, the Magic are 2-1 against spread versus the Bulls this year. What are you thinking here? Do the Bulls smack them up? This line was at 10 last night. It's down to 8.5.
So the game the Bulls lost at Orlando. It was a little bit over a week ago. That was the worst game Chicago played all year. I mean, it really was at both ends of the floor. They were out of it early. They were blown out by halftime. They never made a run in the second half. It stood out. They talked about it after the game, and they certainly have played at least a little bit better since that loss, the game against San Antonio, notwithstanding, winning 3 out of 4 during that span. So it's the type of loss that I would think Chicago is going to remember. But I got a buy sign. I really try to not have buy signs on the crappy teams. All right. But there's a buy sign on Orlando right now. Okay. Make no mistake about it. This team's as healthy as they've been all year. The veteran presence of Ross and Harris off the bench for Orlando is absolute difference maker for that team. The low post defense has been there with Carter Jr. and Bamba, both healthy right now. I like Orlando. I can understand why the money's come on Orlando. I think there might be some money to be made with Orlando. A team that's, so far off the radar, no stars, never on TV. Nobody knows anything about the Magic except they look, they're 11-40. They're 5-18 at home. They stink. I don't love Orlando at home, but catching points on the road, you can make money with this team. I understand Chicago might come with their A game, but Bulls have an A game right now. They haven't played good ball since Ball got hurt.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. They got a game up versus the Raptors on deck as well. So we'll see what happens in this one. So the only thing that I think going well for the Bulls here is that it's a revenge spot. But in all honesty, I think it's too many points, man. Magic 5-0 against the spread last 5 versus 60% win teams at the house. So they play up to their competition. They play better on the road. It's crazy. They've won 3 out of the last 4 games, covered 3 out of the last 4 games, won 2 straight, man. I'm talking about they beat my Mavs. I came in here and told you that was likely going to happen. Mavs going to look over them, but still, you can't get them out of it. Mavs still could have won the game. Magic came to play, man. They're playing with some fire right now. They got their coach back, Mobley. Like I said, they're really starting to buy into this guy, man. This is a game where I definitely think that they could keep this game close. I don't see them winning the game, but that 8.5, especially looking at last night, the 10 was just too much, man. Bulls 1-6 against the spread after ATS win, and the Magic, they're 4-1 against the spread last 5 meetings in Chicago. And I'll say it again, guys. Wendell Carter Jr., when he goes up against his old team, he comes to ball out. The Magic, they also have the size advantages here as well. Bulls don't have a ton of rim protection. So with Bamba, Mo Wagner out there, Wendell Carter Jr., these guys should feast inside rebounds. Once again, Wendell Carter Jr., points and rebounds going up against his old team and PRA. Just watch him work out there, man. He loves playing against the Bulls. So if you know, you've been watching this year, my guys. Let's go over here to the streets of Minnesota here, Tay. We got the Nuggets versus the Wolves. Will Jokic play? Who knows, man? It's the 5th game in 8 days, all on the road for the Nuggets. 5th straight road game as well. This is the first game of a back-to-back as well. That's why, me personally, I think they may sit Jokic here. They got a game versus Utah tomorrow. So he's like, this is still the regular season. You don't want to have these guys playing in too many fatigue spots, especially your MVP. So if Jokic doesn't play in this one could get ugly. Russell's likely out. They should get Beverly back today, though. So what do you think is going to happen in this one? Do the Nuggets get some revenge tonight, Teddy?
So the Nuggets are making me crazy.
They're playing good right now.
They are. They're playing offensively. They're playing really good right now. The ball movement is there, and every night, we're not seeing the off nights on offense for Denver. As long as they don't turn the ball over, it's not like Minnesota's a team that forces a bunch of turnovers. When they get into the half-court sets, the Nuggets execute at a high level right now, which isn't necessarily very good for Minnesota. And obviously, they're having a great road trip, 4-0 straight up on this trip so far, including that 36-point blowout over the Bucks in their last outing. And of course, I ran into a quote. You talk about the quotes that hurt that help you. I ran into a quote that hurt me the other day from Anthony Edwards. With D'Angelo Russell banged up against Utah, Edwards is like, I really hope I don't have to play the point. I don't want to play the point. I'm not good at the point. And D'Angelo didn't suit up, and it didn't matter. They beat him. They beat the Jazz by 20 in that game. And that quote, kept me off a winning bet, which was a little bit frustrating. With Beverly back in the fold, one would think that Anthony Edwards is going to be back, playing a wing, which he much prefers to handling the basketball. And I do think there's money to be made with Minnesota. And I think Minnesota, from my powering numbers, Minnesota's the better of these two teams. Look, the betting markets are telling us that right now with this number. And from a scheduling spot for Denver, you don't love a fat and happy team that's won 4 in a row, that has another game tomorrow. That's, in the midst of a pretty grueling road trip. So it's Minnesota or pass for this better, but I've stepped in front of the Nuggets more than once on this road trip to the results that haven't pleased me very much. So may well be a lean here towards Minnesota. Maybe not a bad.
Yeah, no, they've been playing well. I've been watching this team as well, but I can tell you a lot of that offense is because of Jokic. Like, you talking about some players that mean a lot to their offense. He's not just a Joel Embiid passing the ball, get 2 points. Some of the passes that Jokic makes, obviously the rebounding and the scoring is unmatched to what he does to that team. I think he's probably one of the most important players, especially to their offense in the NBA, as far as them having other guys that can do it for them. We know this team is missing already a ton of guards. So if Jokic doesn't play in this one, this will definitely be a Timberwolves spot. Maybe the market it's kind of crazy today's game, Teddy, because even when a guy is questionable, they get to move in the line. And then if he's in or out, then they'll move it again, another 2.5 points. It's so unfair. I promise you it didn't like it used to be like this. A guy's questionable, okay, they'll have the line stick. And then if he's in or out, then obviously take it off the board immediately and move it however they need to. But now, even with the questionable tag, you're going to get 2.5 points of line move. That's exactly what we have here. 1.5, open at 2.5. It's coming up to Wolves. I saw it touch 5, and honestly, so it's coming back down to 4. We see what happens. If Jokic doesn't play, I definitely think Timberwolves get this one by double digits. Wolves, the heavy lean for me in this one. Let's go over here to the streets of San Antonio here, Teddy. It's this is a tough game, right? We got the Warriors here versus the Spurs. It's his revenge spot. Now, you look at it. The Spurs already beat the Warriors in Golden State with Draymond Green. Like, they didn't have Klay Thompson, but they won't have him tonight. You find a back-to-back spot, unmotivated spot, if you ask me here, Teddy. I actually kind of like the Spurs in this one. That's the only way I'm looking. The line is super short. Warriors laid 9 early this year, and then they're laying 2. Versus Spurs. They get back Murray, White, and Podol tonight. What are you thinking in this one?
Yeah, I mean, the betting markets are telling us what the right side is. When you see Golden State -2 at San Antonio, there's an issue with the Warriors, and there are issues with the Warriors for this evening. And again, last night they might have gone down at Houston. That was a 4-point game in the fourth quarter, and then Steph got hot. But obviously, we don't know who they're multiple guys could sit for Golden State on the second of back-to-backs, and the market's certainly reflecting that with this number. And you talk about San Antonio with the guys coming back, and Murray's the key to the Spurs. All that being said, the Spurs are playing some pretty good ball of late. They're making their backers money. But again, from a point spread value standpoint, this isn't one of those, I got a ton of value at San Antonio. Both teams healthy. I get the Warriors -7 in this game, so it's not like you're looking at San Antonio as a value-laden squad at the +2. But the betting markets are telling us that don't necessarily expect the real Warriors tonight on the second of back-to-backs on the road.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm watching the game last night versus the Rockets. Rockets gave them a game as well. Only reason why the Warriors pulled away in that one, KPJ was talking shit to Curry, got him pissed off. That's when Curry literally, I'm watching the game. You know what I'm saying? The Rockets, they had the game, and then Curry started going off. They end up losing by 14. So I'm saying that tonight. The Warriors, they played hard up until the last second of the game. It wasn't an easy game. It wasn't like it was a 20, 25-point blowout. I'm saying, for one, I do think there's possibilities that the Warriors may rest some guys, but even if they don't, the way that this Spurs team plays, I think they have the guards that can match up with this Warriors team. I actually think they match up kind of well with them. You look at them, 6-4 against the spread, and straight up last 10 meetings versus the Warriors. Like I said, they already beat them with Draymond Green December 4th, 112-107, when they were on the long West Coast road trip as well. So they weren't even in their comfort zone. So back-to-back for the Warriors, third game in 4 nights. Curry played 38 minutes last night. The Spurs got the rest advantage. They're 3-1 in ATS the last 4. I like the Spurs here, man. This is I sprinkled on it this morning, but I do like the Spurs here, guys, plus the points, money line. I think they win this game, and I'll say it again. Steve Kerr was old coach, Pop. Maybe he helps him get one of those wins, one of those 7 wins that he needs to break the record, guys. And the Warriors do play them another couple of times this year, so it's not like they have to get their revenge tonight. Spurs are nothing for this better, guys. I like the Spurs in this one. It's the last game of the day, Teddy. We got the Nets versus the Suns here. Obviously, the Suns playing like the best team in the NBA. You do have Steve Nash going back over there to Phoenix, but I mean that doesn't mean a whole lot. You got the Nets 5-0 against 5-0 last 5 road games versus 60% winning home teams. So they're playing up to their competition. You should get Harden back in this one. I don't see why he wouldn't play, but who knows? This is James Harden. They're 5-1 against the spread last 6 in Phoenix as well, Teddy. I like the Nets in this one, my guy.
Yeah, me and you both. And Harden was able to practice a full practice with the Nets yesterday, so it does look like he's going to go. The betting markets are certainly indicating that with all the money for Brooklyn this morning. It's a Suns. You talk about fat and happy for Phoenix. All right, they're coming home off a perfect road trip. They've won 10 in a row. Early in the season, they won 18 in a row. They have the best record in the NBA. Monty Williams just got named as the Western Conference, the Team LeBron coach for the All-Star game. Chris Paul, over the course of a long season, there's nothing wrong with having a little benchmark, a little goal. I'm happy for Monte, happy for our staff. All right. This is a Suns team, if ever is there's fat and happy. Your coach just got named to the All-Star, the coach of the All-Star. You've won every game of the road trip. You're coming back. It's not, and of course the Nets are still shorthanded, so it's not one of these spots where I'm anticipating Phoenix to bring it wire to wire. And let's not forget, when you talk about the roles that you want the Suns in, they're 1-4 against the spread. Their last 5 at home, 3-7 their last 10. They've lost 3 of those games in straight up fashion. They're not making money as home favorites right now.
Mm-hmm.
The Nets have lost 4 in a row. They've been competitive. They haven't been good enough. Oh, one more thing for Phoenix. They're missing all these guys. All right. DeAndre Ayton is a guy who'll move the point spread a little bit. Cameron Payne doesn't move the point spread. Jay Crowder doesn't move the point spread. Landry Shamet doesn't move the point spread. And those are 3 key role players off that, that provide so much for Phoenix. They're not as good without them. Brooklyn's lost 4 in a row. There's urgency. They have Harden back in the lineup. Kyrie's coming off his season high. It was a tight game, the first meeting between these 2 teams back in November. I'm expecting a tight game again tonight. I'll take the points with Brooklyn right there with you.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And we know that the Nets, they don't play well at the house. They play better on the road. They did have KD in that game, and that was a 5-game and 7-night stretch. I had the Nets in there when they still couldn't get it done. They were up. The Suns came all the way back to a win. KD had 39, but obviously they didn't have Kyrie in there when Harden was playing like trash then. So we'll see what happens. But like you say, Aiden's out, Crowder's out. So look, these were 5 players that they had in that game. DeAndre Ayton, Crowder, McGee, Campaign and Landry Shamet. They're going to be out this time around. No, McGee is back, if I'm not mistaken, but still, you got Landry Shamet out. The Nets need a big win, guys. It's simple. They're off 4 straight losses. The Suns they're going to take a 4-game road trip right after this game, so they'll be heading right out. They'll be kissing their wives, packing their bags, heading out right after this game, man. I think the Nets need a big win, my guys. I do. I'm taking the points with them. I could see this being a 3-point game either way, but I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see the Nets win this game. It's not a huge play for me, but like I say, it's not a super great card, but I sprinkled on Nets and Spurs. I'm wearing the black and white today. You dig what I'm saying? For a couple of reasons here, Teddy, man. I mean, I like the spots, man. That's what I do. I go with my spots, Teddy. Let's get to some free picks real quick. Like I say, I always say, go over there, check out WagerTalk if you can, man. Use promo code J1. You can get some $1 plays, $1 package plays. You can go over there, hop on Steve Merrill's $2 play. They got a package where you get three packages today for $5, 3 picks for $5, man. Go check us out at WagerTalk.com.
Have you ever checked out all the new handicappers at WagerTalk? If not, here's your chance. All NBA Talk with J Money viewers who are new to WagerTalk can get a 1-day all-access pass to the handicapper of their choice for only $1 versus a regular price of $39 using coupon code J1 when checking out. Our new roster of experts is 25 deep, covering sports from around the world, giving you tons of options to choose from. All you have to do to redeem this offer is be a first-time WagerTalk customer. Go to WagerTalk.com, choose the handicapper of your choice, use coupon code J1 when checking out on a 1-day all-access pass, and get a full day of picks for only $1.
I could not talk you guys off going to go check that out. And the 3 cappers, 3 best bets for $5, guys. Like I said, they got an NBA play over there and a couple of college basketball plays. A 3-pack for $5. You can use the promo code J1 for $1 or hop on Steve Merrill's play for $2 here, Teddy. What we liking tonight, my brother?
Sure. So let's go back and talk about Minnesota and Denver. And this is the play if Jokic is in the game. All right. If Jokic doesn't play, we're not going to look at the over. But if he does play, it's a Nuggets team that is really clicking offensively right now. It's a T-Wolves team that doesn't bring it on the defensive end. It's a Minnesota team that is clicking on all cylinders offensively right now. And it's a Nuggets team that I don't trust to get stops. And it's a game that we would expect to be played at a fast pace. So you put all that together, I like the over in Denver, Minnesota. That's the one that makes a whole lot of sense to me, Jay. What about you?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. That's a big game, guys. You got to wait. You got to sit there and wait for Jokic. He's going to be big here. I don't think that they listed him questionable for no reason. So we'll see what happens in this stretch of games. He's going to play one of these games. It's simple. It's good. He's going to play tonight, rest versus Utah tomorrow. Or he's going to rest tonight and play versus Utah. I'm thinking it's the latter, but we'll see what happens in this one. But for me, man, I like the Spurs in this one, even if the Warriors don't rest anybody. I do think this is a winnable game. Revenge for the Warriors, but they're not necessarily – this is an uninspiring game, in my opinion. I see the Spurs possibly being more motivated for this one. Maybe Kerr lend his old coach one of those wins that he needs. But a couple small plays for me today, to be honest with you. Spurs plus the 2, Nets plus the 6. It's down to 5 now. I hopped on it this morning, but I still like it plus the points. We'll go plus 5.5. Yeah, we'll go plus 5.5 out there with the Nets, man. Let's get some cash today. A couple of small plays. Always trying to cash, though. You do what I'm saying? Always trying to cash. That's my guy, Teddy Coverts. Go follow him on Twitter. You can follow him as well at JMoneyIsMoney. We out, my guys. Let's get this cash. Hit the like button, subscribe.